Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Jamil. I'm here with Culture Boys, Tameron and Watson. These fellas just started out their fitness channel, and they booming out the gate. And I just want to have a conversation with them on what got them started, because a lot of creators who want to get into this space, into the creator economy, don't know what to do. They don't know what to take that first step, and I'm here to have this conversation. And these are the perfect gentlemen to speak with in that, because they just started, and again, they taken off. So let's see what kind of wisdom we can get from them. So guys, why don't y'all tell me, how did Culture Boys come about? What led y'all to launching a YouTube and just dropping episodes? Let's talk about that.
I mean, it really started with one conversation. One conversation pretty much just sparked the whole idea of really us just coming about with the Culture Boys, and from there we just kind of ran with that. It was really just one conversation that led us to, really making content.
All right, so what made y'all feel that y'all could do this, that y'all could do a YouTube channel? Out of all the people that y'all already see making content, what made y'all do it?
I mean, we grew up seeing people that's winning on a consistent basis. Like a perfect example, Mike Rashid, right? Mike Rashid, Cali Muscle, all of these guys, they're winning at such a high level. So we saw them doing it, and we were just like, why not us? That's really where the inspiration really came from. So, we went to the gym, and it was just like, we could do it too. That's
what's up. I like that. I like that a lot. So now people think that it's as simple as just, and it always can be as simple as just posting up, right? Because that's at the end of the day what you want to do. You just want to post something up. But can y'all just explain y'all journey leading up to getting this consistency down pat, right? Because a lot of times when I have these conversations with creators, it always boils down to consistency. Are y'all putting out content enough? So explain to me how y'all finally got to a point where y'all had a system, because I think that's the most important thing that people don't get. So how did y'all get that?
To be honest, it really just came down to being creative, really. Growing up, I always drew. I was always good at drawing, being creative, but it was like, what idea can I do next? What's next in what just the content creation, really? You get ideas from other people, but it's like, okay, how can I stand out? What's gonna give me an edge on somebody else that we're doing? So we're making content, we got to think about the next idea, what's going to separate us from someone else. So that's kind of really what it came about too.
I like that. Where did the name Culture Boys come from?
I'm gonna take that one too. So to be honest, shout out to my big bro Chaz. He actually has a clothing line, Freakish Culture. So it came about when I was just his clothing line. It kind of inspired me. I was like, his clothing line is dope, but his style is different than what I was looking for, because I was always into health and fitness and stuff like that. So I had to think about, okay, what can I possibly do? So Culture Boys came about, like, just it's two of us, Culture Boys, kind of a spin-off to his clothing line in a way, but also thinking, how can we make it our own different style in that sense. So we kind of just came about it with that. But like I said, shout out to my big bro for that, because he definitely inspired me to lead it to where we are now, and even our own clothing line coming out. So our clothing line, our fitness brand, we cultured, so it'll be, yeah, I'm gonna explain more on that later, but snippet of that. So
all right, so now there's so many fitness brands and YouTube channels out there, right? What makes y'all stand out? When y'all had this decision to launch your own YouTube channel, what was that one thing that was just in the back of your mind saying, all right, how are we going to be different from everybody else?
I mean, just look at us, bro. We're different. That's really the one word. Like, we're different. We're not the same, just like everybody else. So, we just different from everybody else. Like, Tam brings a lot to the table, just like I bring a lot to the table as well. And most importantly, like, we do it for the people as well too, because we genuinely want to see people win at the end of the day. So we culture, like Tam said, like, we culture as in every single person put together, like we culture type of thing. So that's it. I
want to dive more into that, because I really do like and I want y'all to explain that to the viewers, who y'all really are, like what does stand y'all out between other fitness channels. And I like that Culture Boys, it says it in the name, but it also really says to who y'all speak to. So with y'all content, kind of explain for the people what your content is and who it's for.
Our content in general, like, it's more so we're looking to create value for lives. So any kind of piece of knowledge you can take from what we're pretty much putting out is what we're going for. But again, we're looking for those, like I said, we culture really just everyone. How can someone else from a different fitness background, maybe you don't have any idea of where to kind of start in fitness. How do you pick something out of what we're teaching you? Whether we're teaching you something, whether we're giving you some sort of value, how do you learn from that and kind of start yourself out? Find some inspiration, motivation to kind of keep yourself going. But like I said, we want to impact lives, we want to change lives all across the world, not just simply me and Watson or me and so-and-so. We want to impact lives all across the world, globally. So
just to piggyback off of what Tim said, like, and we also want people to be who you are as a person as well too. Like, be your authentic self each and every single day. Like, for example, if you watch any of our videos, you'll see me and Tam and anybody that we bring into our videos, like, they feel in the energy and they see like, yo, this is how they act in real life as well too, not just behind the camera. So be who you are and just love who you are as a person, and that's really the secret.
I like that. It's authenticity. It's really pulling from who you are and what you're passionate about. And the conversations that I've had with these dudes, they're very passionate about movement. It's really movement. It's not even about fitness, and that's a big thing. A lot of people get intimidated by fitness. You fellas, you don't make that the cornerstone of your content. It's movement. Anytime I see TikToks from Tameron, yo, you have some dope stuff that just isn't intimidating, right? But then you got your yin, you the yin, you the yang. He the beast over here. He like, wait a minute, we could do the movement and I'm all for it, but bro, you and I like the spectrum that you guys have, and I want you to speak more to it. Tameron, you really come from that background of more the personal training mentality of, hey, I want to onboard you to have a better life. Let's start there. You really break it down to the science and really get movement and different workouts and whatnot. So I want to explain how different you guys are, but how y'all come together to make Culture Boys. So why don't we start with Watson? Why don't you explain your specialties and how that brings a uniqueness to the content, and then Tamron, you can come in after.
Right. First for me, it's like, the way I grew up with the movement, as far as bodybuilding and stuff.
So why don't we start there? What was your interest and how did it get you to where you're making that type of content now?
Gotcha. So my interest personally, it came from I was wrestling in high school, and my wrestling coach told one of my wrestling teammates to actually train me. So that's really where my fitness journey came about. And I deadlifted for the first time in my life, and I was able to get 315. So from there, lifting heavy weights just became a part of my personal style of lifting. So I really enjoyed that, and I just love being aggressive with the weights and just see my body change. So that's really where abilities came from, and just whoever I work out with, it was just like we're feeding off of each other's energy, because if I see you working too hard, I see you working harder than me, I'm gonna make sure I bring it out to the table to make sure I bring out the best out of you. So anybody that's ever trained with me, that's what I aim for. I aim to get the best out of you because I know you can do better.
That's real talk right there. Now, Tameron, you kind of have a different approach. Like, I love how y'all come together, but your approach is a little bit different. And I think that's what makes y'all very, very unique with what y'all bring to the table. So why don't you explain your angle on this?
Absolutely. So, yeah, I definitely agree with Watson. Aggressiveness, super aggressive with the weights. I appreciate that, but definitely different. So for me, it's more so I came from a sports background, all my life playing sports, and for me, it was more so the coaching aspect of it. Like, how can I, again, going back to creating value, how can I coach you up a little bit, create some value in your life? How can I help you, see certain movements and, okay, cool, I know exactly how I'm supposed to do that. So for me, if you ever watched our videos, you can see that, I might take you aside and be like, or we're in a video and I'm saying like, okay, do this, do that. Like, I'm teaching you the movement of it and how it's done properly. So that's just kind of how I get down. I'm more so about the form and making sure you're doing it properly so that you don't injure yourself. So for me, I come from that spectrum, and then we kind of combine to be Culture Boys and kind of who we are today. So
that's fire. I like that a lot, because it's like you got to get to this level first, and then once you're beast mode eligible, right? You got to get beast mode eligible. Then we gonna bring you over to Watson, so you could just go. I love that. Y'all need to peep the system that they got going on here.
No. You gotta explain that one more time. You need to first get through Tameron, get the forms down right, and then come here.
You need to be beast mode eligible. Beast mode eligible. I love that dynamic. I love that, yo. It's dope. It's refreshing because, again, I would speak to these dudes every time we've had our consultations that branding is everything. Community is everything. How are you going to do that, though? Everyone has their own type of brand that they feed. Like Rashid, isn't he he's a boxer, no?
Professional boxer, yeah.
He's a professional boxer, but then he grew a fitness channel surrounding that. Whereas these fellas, they understand their special, unique talents in terms of the fitness world, but they're flipping it on its head by saying, nah, we want to welcome everybody. We're not just trying to be the ones that are just straight about, you know, being diesel and being the jock and being the straight alpha and all that. You know, these dudes aren't like that. They're not like that. Of course, they're gonna have fun, and man, when y'all see their videos, y'all see what I'm talking about, because that's all it is. It's about having fun. This is a lifestyle. It's about making, you know, your body move in a way that you could do every single day, because it's only going to add years. And again, there's a dynamic, because Tameron wants to onboard you, but Watson's like, hey, meet me here already, all right? And it's a good demographic that y'all have, because it really covers a whole wide demographic, right? You're already in that community of the bodybuilding community, where it's a niche community of people that really do care about the functioning, the look of their body, and how their physique looks. It's an incredible community. And then Tameron, like, you're more of trying to get people to just make those changes in their lives, and it's super dope how they're covering that spectrum. So what I want to get into now is advice for creators, right? Whether they want to get into fitness, cooking, whatever their passion is, videography, photography. If I could get 2 pieces of action items that creators need to take, what would it be? 2 things just to get started. And I would like for it to be 2 things that you guys did when y'all started Culture Boys. So, you know, try not to think of anything besides what y'all did and how y'all implemented.
2 words for you guys: belief and action. That's it.
This is more than 2 words, but it's, for 1, have an idea. 2, looking at becoming 1% better every day, which is something that we follow to a T. 1% better every day could be you learn one new piece of information, or you simply, you know, hey, you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna do a little bit. Maybe you do some research. Maybe you didn't do research yesterday, but you did it today. So it's like becoming 1% better every day, and think that way every time. You know, how can I get better today? How can I get better today?
As the great Nipsey said, it's a marathon, and the marathon continues. Now, I like that. I like that a lot. How did y'all build y'all system in terms of agreeing to drop every Friday, and then how did that look like between y'all schedules? Because y'all both work full time, right? Y'all both work guys. They work full time. Like, they didn't just pop up and already had millions of followers on TikTok and this is what they do full time. No, like, this is the real fucking deal, all right? Like this shit is how it looks like when you are starting from the bottom. Like, this is what it looks like. So why don't y'all tell me, how did y'all, because y'all needed to make a system. Y'all need to make a system to be consistent. What does that look like for y'all?
I mean, first off, like, you know, we talk as business partners. We always want to communicate and see where it is that we want to go with what is it that we got going on. So, you know, we talk each and every single day, and from there we're like, you know what, this is what we're gonna do. We met at a coffee shop in West Hartford, and from there, like, we planned the rest of the year out. We already knew, like, yo, you work this day, you have class this day, let's meet each other in the middle type of thing. So when it's time to post, when it's time for like to take action within growing the business, we wasn't making excuses and stuff for why each other can't make it on some, you know, no type of BS stuff. So, you know, we always want to make sure, like, hey, this is what we're gonna do this day, and let's just take action upon it.
Honestly, to piggyback off of it, like, we just, like I said, we came up with that schedule, and we made sure that we stuck to it to a T. Stuck to that schedule, and like I said, if anything ever changes, we always let each other know, you know, beginning of the week, so that, okay, if something does change, cool. Now Watson has maybe an appointment that we can't make the meeting, so cool, let's reschedule for this time and this date. So we always have, you know, that transparency between each other to know what the next move is gonna be. So, I mean, it's really that, like, schedules are busy, but it's like, it comes down to having a goal in mind and not shying away from that, keeping that schedule and, like I said, the goal in mind first. So
I like that a lot. two biggest things that I pulled from that is communication and transparency. Well, I feel like they're one and the same, so I'll say communication and then scheduling, right? That's that part right there. Communicating to make sure that you guys are on the same page, obviously, and if things do change, to still make sure that you're following up and saying, hey, this is changing. Guys, especially when you're working as a partnership, as Tameron and Watson are doing, it's a marriage. I'm sure y'all can understand that. I've worked with partners before. I'm currently working with a partner, and a few of them at that. Communication is important. Scheduling is important. You guys got to know what your goal is. You guys got to know how to get to your goal, and then you guys got to know what your time's like, so that you can understand and hold each other accountable. That, hey, you told me this is free. Okay, something came up. That's fine. You followed up with me, either whether that's the week of, or at least the standard 24 hours before type deal, like, at best. And I think that's super important. And I think that's one of the key things to success. A lot of people would think that it's like, oh, talent or just straight ambition and drive. Of course, those things are important, but I think all of that shit is useless until y'all clearly can communicate and know how to schedule shit. Because that is where being reliable comes in. And reliability is one of the biggest things, man, when it comes to especially working. I would love to explain the story about how we met, because I think that's important to viewers to understand how to build a team, because that's another important thing that I want to bring about. And you guys expanded too. You guys know how to look for people and just see where y'all could fit in. Because again, we ain't like this ain't they don't have sponsors. They don't. This is out the mud. Like this is how you build relationships. So I would want to, and I'm gonna chime in on this as well, but I would like to share that story, how we met, and then kind of just see where we're at now and how we decided to work out what we're doing. Right. All right. Let's start with that. So how did we met?
Honestly, first thing is gonna be networking. So pretty much how we met is, like I said, I was on LinkedIn, really just like, you know what, I need to find somebody to work with us. Like I need somebody who's gonna be able to be reliable for one, and who knows their shit. That's it. Knows what they're doing. So it was really just me, like I said, scrolling, came across video editor, everything, videography, everything within that I was looking for. I'm like, this is what we need. And got a chance to do some research. Like I always do my research before I do anything, before I hit up anybody, because I want to know who it is that we can possibly be working with.
Because you might just waste your time, right? It might not be what you're looking for. There might not be there. They might not be, they don't look like they have great portfolio or professional enough. So it's like, why waste the time, right? Or they're just not in the realm house of what we're looking for. So why waste the time? Because you could just hit up anybody that you're looking for, but at least do a little bit of screening and then continue from there.
Absolutely. So make sure you do your research, and then, for one, communicate what it is that you're looking for. Mm-hmm. So communication comes back.
Yo, cut straight to the shit. Just cut straight to it. And that's what I liked about you. Sorry to cut you off, but that's important. You listed your goals and that was it. It ain't no fluff shit like, oh yeah, hey, what's going on, man? Like, no. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I get a couple LinkedIn and they're just like, hey, seen that you're like, what do you like to do? And it's like, nah, man, I honestly don't respond. I don't. Tameron came straight to the point, and I was like, okay, thank the Lord. Like, yo, bet, yeah, we could talk.
I mean, like I said, it's just like his work spoke for itself, and I was like, you know what, like I gotta connect with him, because I want to be connected with individuals that have the same mindset as myself. And like I said, that's how me and Watt connected, because we have the same mindset in a way. And I was like, you know what, I need to join a team, create a team of people who are like-minded. So that's really what that came about. And it was like, you know what, we're gonna work together, and we're gonna make history in a way. So let's get to it,
And that's exactly what excited me about these gentlemen. I get a lot of people that hit me up, and it's always just straight business, right? But when these two approached me, they came from a very, very humbled approach, and they understood that they were just starting out. These dudes, again, it's not like they're a company. I mainly work with small businesses, and I do work with brands, and it's very rare that I do. And these are one of the rare cases where they have a goal and they have a mission that's very, it's not driven by just you know, we need a skill set, and then that's it. We just need you to do this, and then that's it. They were looking to build because they understand their position, and this is another important thing you need to learn. When you do find somebody and you're trying to build with them, you have to do it the right way, right? So we kind of figured out how we were going to work with each other. It was more so we kind of ran and what I like to do, and for creators out there, this is a very good tactic to do. It's a performance-based effort. When you are building with someone who is new and you understand that they are just starting out, a performance-based type like partnership works out, especially like so I'll give you a perfect example. So we came to the agreement that I needed help with my content and that they would pretty much help me with my content, and in exchange I would give them a piece of content, and they would just, you know, pretty much we would just work in sync in terms of if I had something going on, you know, these gentlemen would help me out with something, aka, you know, content, and it'll always be content, just whatever type of project they needed help with, I would call them upon, and that type of synergy, right? And then of course now we're at the stage where I made some content for them. They love the content. They seen the results of that type of content, and of course they want to make more. So when we get there now we can start working out a partnership for where what that looks like in the future to make consistent content, right? So any creator out there looking to build a team, be humble. Be straight up honest, right? Don't say, yo, man, like, do this for the set, yo. Like, do this for the set. You know, when I blow up, you blow. Do not do that. Do not do that. Don't do that. Be straight up. Be honest. Believe me, it'll get you so much further. So what else we got? That was some good shit. I like that last one because I think that's super important. I think creators need to understand that, especially when you're starting off, because you can't do everything by yourself. It's tough. It's tough.
Even with us, like collaborations too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So let's talk about that too. You're gonna be dealing with other people who want to do the same thing, like, right, they want to start a brand. Literally, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to start my personal brand, and that was pretty much the conversation we had. Hey, I'll make some content for y'all. In exchange, help me make some content for my shit. So that was the understanding that we came across. So in your specific channel, what do you guys do to collaborate with other people, and what does that look like for them, and how do y'all pick, you know, kind of feed off of each other for that?
I mean, collaboration, you're always going to be working in teams. It doesn't matter where it is that you are in life, whether you are in the workspace, it doesn't matter what is it. So we understand that there's other people that has like the same goals and that wants to get better, just like us, just like we do. So, you know, we reach out to these individuals and we see how is it that we could come in the middle and actually bring some creative content to individuals. And, you know, whoever is not like, you know, they not ready to start their own journey, but they see somebody else actually like doing it. So it's like, it's not just guys, it's not just girls that's out here doing it, but it's everybody together. And if we could bring everybody together, then, you know, we're doing something, right?
I mean, honestly, just to really piggyback off of that and add to that, it's just like one thing that we're doing that like I don't see a lot of creators doing is like collabing with women. Like women, just like we talked about, women are powerful, you know, and it's like don't underestimate what they can actually do, because they can do so much, you know. So we should be looking at it like, hey, like it's a pleasure and it's an honor to have you on a channel collabing with us, you know what I mean? So that's what we look at. And like I said, just looking at people who are, again, like-minded, people who want to learn, people who want to be of service to each other. How can I be of service to you to provide service to someone else? So that's really the key in what it comes down for collaborations.
Yeah, that part right there. Y'all kind of both said a little bit of it. It's meeting in the middle. I mean, that's what a collaboration is, right? It's making sure that everyone can pull their own weight, but then also offer something to the other person so that it goes both ways, right? So that if you're offering something and, you know, and that adds to the content, that adds to the collaboration, you're gonna pretty much know that that's gonna come back to you too, assuming that you're with a good group of people, right? And I mean, that's a whole nother skill set y'all need to figure out on how to find out who good people are and whatnot. But I pray y'all find it. Read some self-help books or something, but you know, fix that. You know, get your chakras aligned, something. I'm not sure, but I can tell y'all right now. I can tell y'all right now that networking is powerful. You seen what Tameron was saying before. He went on LinkedIn, did the research, You heard why. Don't be afraid to tap in with other people and say, yo, like let's do something together. Let's put on the camera and just see what we can get from it. I mean, it sounds simple when you're saying it out loud, but when you try to put it into practice, like it's a whole nother beast. Because now you got the whole pressure of trying to go through with what you're thinking of, going through with the idea. You can see it everywhere. You can see it on YouTube. You can see people tell their stories and whatnot. But when it comes to you, you got to pull the trigger. You got to pull the trigger. So with that being said, let's talk strategy. Because Tameron, you were saying that collaborating with females. Now, I know you were specifically speaking in the fitness realm of content creating, right? If I'm not mistaken, or just in general. But it seemed like you were given in the context of like the fitness side of like content creating, because that's something I rarely see as well too. Because you know, with these YouTube channels, it is like male dominant, like if you know, from what I've seen. But you bringing that up, you're seeing that there's a space there, a space for female fitness and female like bodybuilders too, because I think I've seen one which I that was working with a bodybuilder, which was super dope. What's the strategy behind that? Like what made you think to say, hey, let's work with female fitness collaborators?
Well, I mean, for one, like, you know, me being in training in general, like a lot of females come like, oh, like I'm looking to lose 20 pounds, I'm looking to do this, I'm looking to do that. So it's like, you know, how can we bring, you know, a woman into what we do already, as far as just, okay, collaborating with somebody who may be a coach as well, or maybe they don't know anything about fitness, but they want us to be able to train and work with them as well in that video. So it comes down to someone who may be on just have the same mindset as us as far as what we're trying to do, and they're cool with it. Like, oh, like you guys are dope, let's collab, but let's make content together. You know, someone who's gonna be willing to work, just like, you know, kind of me and Jamil came about, you know, as far as how we actually, you know, reached out to him and everything, and how we got started with content. So really just getting on the same page with somebody and really figuring out what that person might wanna do as far as content, or just, like I said, collab in general.
Yeah, that's super important. That's super important. It's relationship building is super important, right? Networking is one thing, but then the next step from networking is relationship building. Like, it's like building a relationship to see where it can go in the future. All right, so Watson, why don't you walk me through the mindset of Culture Boys? What got you to putting yourselves out in this way, you know, in terms of how you make your content and how you present yourself out on social media?
Mindset is something that we work on like constantly and daily. Like Tam was saying, you want to get 1% better each and every single day. So from that, like, we don't just work out, we don't just eat well, we don't just sleep well, but we also like feed our mind as well too. Like if Culture Boys, like the way I see Culture Boys overall is like, how is it that we could become a better human being, like a pure human being each and every single day, doing the right things, helping other people, growing ourselves in the process as well too. So, you know, like we read books, we have our different type of lives, you know what I'm saying? We work as well too. We go to school. There's a lot of things that goes into this, but one thing for sure is the vision always remains clear. And the fact that the vision always remains clear, that's why we wake up each and every single day and we say, you know what? We have something to accomplish. We have a legacy to leave behind in this world. We have lives to impact. We have different things that we want to do. We have our family to uplift as well. We have other people that we want to inspire. We have other people that we want to help grow in the process as well too. And it all becomes as like, you know, we're not just selfish, we're humble as well too. And, you know, we, at the end of the day, we do it for the culture.
Where we last left off was mindset and Culture Boys, and how it is being cultivated through the growth of this YouTube channel. And Watson beautifully, eloquently spoke on the God talk of mindset and how it just extends beyond himself and the brand. That this is just a lifestyle. This is an aura. This is energy, right? And Watson, if you just want to bring that home right quick with any last words, and then bring it on over to Tameron, I think that'll be a great closing. So finish up on the mindset and where is Culture Boys going, and maybe even to be more specific, where y'all gonna be at in the next 12 months?
Absolutely. our mindset is honestly where we stand personally. Our mindset is like we're gonna win no matter what, right? No matter what's going on, no matter how is it that our results is right now. That's not what we're looking at, right? We have the end in mind already. So whatever we believe, we can achieve, right? That's really the saying. So it's really true. And that's really what we do. So each and every single day we wake up with the mindset, with the attitude actually, with the right attitude that we can win. And that's really what we do. So 1% better each and every single day is what we preach, and that's what we follow. That's one of our principles. So, Tim, if you got anything else that you want to talk, that's fine.
I mean, like I said, one thing that there's a podcast that you shared with me one time, and it was really just something as simple as it's simple, but it means so much. Think in positive terms and you're going to get positive results. Mm-hmm. You think in negative terms, you're going to get negative results. Mm-hmm. So every day you wake up with a positive mindset. Okay, what am I trying to accomplish today? And keep that in mind. Any type of negative thinking that you're thinking about, shift it back to what your goal is and what you're trying to accomplish. And then your day is already shifted. You're already good to go. You're locked in, you're ready to go. But you really gotta, like I said, it's thinking in positive terms to get positive results. But like I said, again, the goal is to build a whole fitness brand. We want to build a complete brand. Like I said, Culture Boys being our YouTube channel, who we go by, how we can be identified. But we Cultured being a complete fitness brand. And complete fitness brand doesn't just start with, the body. The body looks good, but it's about the mind, it's about the soul, it's about the finance, it's about the occupational, it's about all of that put together to one. We're looking for, we preach health is wealth, but like, what does that actually look like? And it doesn't mean that we look good. It's not a look good, feel good. It's more to it, because you can look good and not be feeling good at all. Like, you could be going through a lot of stuff in life, and it's like, listen, you look good, but you got to be working at yourself every day. Continue to be the best version of yourself every day. That starts with, like I said, feeding your mind the right stuff. That means, hanging with the right people. That means, doing what you want to actually do, like what you're good at, what you're, hungry and destined to want to do in life. Like, think about that stuff every day and apply it to your life daily. Don't lose focus as to what you're trying to accomplish. And like I said, keep a goal in mind. It's just like, this is kind of off topic, but it's almost like dangling some meat in some water. A fish is going to bite, but it's like that's the goal right now. That's the goal. The goal is to have that goal almost dangling in front, and you chasing it. You're trying to get to that goal. Keep that in mind every time you guys step into whatever you guys are doing. You step into work. Know what you're trying to accomplish. And keep that in the forefront, most in your mind. Keep it and just run with it.
I'm gonna end it with this, right? This is a quote from Dr. Miles Monroe. Rest in peace to him. I always remember this, what he said. He said, your habits shape your destiny. So which means whatever you do today, that's what's leading to your destiny. So you must always watch what you do on a daily. Watch everything that you constantly actually see, experience, and be able to do. So, just your habits really shape your destiny at the end of the day. You are where you at today because you put yourself there.
Damn, powerful. Make sure y'all check them out, man. Culture Boys, always having a drop every Friday on their YouTube channel. That's Culture Boys with a K, KULT, because that's just where it's at, man. We connecting, we cultured, we won. That's Culture Boys with a K, because we kings. You know how everybody gets their gym membership? Yeah, new year, new me. What would you say to someone who got that gym membership, but what's a good tip for them to stay on course, like to continue being that new them and not quit 2 weeks in?
It's as simple as have a goal in mind, whether it's 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. Make it something that's realistic to you, something that you believe that you can achieve. Have that in mind, and that's the first step. Have a goal, because without a goal, you're just working toward nothing. Like, you're just simply going to the gym to go to the gym. You're going to the gym with no thought behind why you're going. Go to the gym with a goal in mind.
Very, very true. No goal is too small, whether it's 5 pounds, 10 pounds, make it realistic. And again, I must have done that plenty of times where I would get a gym membership and just have no type of goal. And I'm just mindlessly going to the gym. And then, yeah, man, a couple months go by and it's just like, why am I here? So, yeah, that's super important. Watson, what can you add to that?
I mean, emotions drive you, right? So you want to be able to be emotional as to, Rohn actually said this best, reasons, right? What is your reason for actually going? Is it because you don't feel good? Is it because you don't think that, you don't perceive yourself the right way? It's just, what is your reason? What your reason will actually drive you to actually go ahead and actually, continue to be consistent and go to the gym. So, guys, it's as easy as when you start seeing little changes within your body, that's when you really start to have more belief. So if you're not consistent, do it for 1 week and see if you see any change. And I guarantee you that, you'll start seeing results.
That's dope. All right, so that was the discussion we had with Culture Boys. Check them out at their YouTube channel, Culture Boys. They got a new drop every Friday evening. Really dope content. They really take you through a day of their workout and really drop some knowledgeable stuff on how you can apply it to your life today. This is your boy Jamil. Check me out wherever I post this.